Okay, y'all, so today's scent, let me get it together, y'all, because I like to have the whole kit and bring it up. Today's scent is graphite. Today, we rocking graphite, y'all. Let me read the notes for y'all while we get into this story. So, fragrant notes, sage, bergamot spice, leather woods. Smells great, y'all. So today I'm gonna talk to y'all about how and why CTA changed my life. So working for CTA has changed my life in a great way, an amazing way. And if I can explain to you and put it simply, it has taken my work ethic from here to up here, right? Because if you think about it, we work a job where we work with the public. Obviously, we got to get we got to get the people to school, work, you know, different appointments, job interviews, and stuff like that. And you would think to yourself, if this person got to be at work or wherever they need to be, if they got to be there at 6 a.m., what time you think we got to be to work? We got to be there pretty early to move people around, get them where they need to go. So I come from a background of construction and stuff like that and having imposter syndrome. Like, I used to always work jobs where they were really careers. And I'm like, I think I'm on to something. Everybody keep telling me this is a great career, move up and grow in it and stuff like that in construction. But I never really felt right working that job. I just never felt right going in and being a part of that. But when I got to CTA, because I started on the bus side, I was a bus servicer. And basically what that is, they trained me to get a CDL license. And when the bus operators would come into the garage, I would take the bus from them, give it a quick sweep out, and then drive it around to the fueling bays. And I would fuel up the bus and take it through the wash rack to be washed. And then I would stage it for the next morning. And that right there really gave me my drive right there. It really taught me a lot of responsibility and a bigger picture of how CTA works. You know, CTA hires us and they depend on us to show up to work and to be there. And that's what kept me fueled. I got into a routine, I guess what some people would call a system. I would start my day, getting ready for work, driving to work, and just trying to accomplish my daily or nightly goals for that evening. And then coming over to the rail side was always a dream job for me. I wanted to come over and I wanted to move these trains. I knew what I wanted to do. Now, that first position was a stepping stone of me getting into CTA. But when I came in, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew that I was gonna move this train. And it's funny how the human body works in the mind, because the longer you do something, it just feels like your skin, it's a part of you now. The way, would you agree? The way you can move this train. So if I can give you an example, if I'm southbound, I'm coming into Addison Station. I'm gonna take my train and I'm gonna go full speed. I'm gonna go 55 miles per hour. And as I'm approaching the station, I'm looking ahead and I'm surveying the field, so to speak. I'm surveying the right of way. And I'm looking at the platform ahead as I'm turning and I'm coming in at a curve, and I'm looking for my landmark. And that landmark tells me where I need to stop my train. And every day, multiple times a day, without fail, I know that just in my mind and using my sight, using all of my senses, I know where to stop that train. I know that when the second I get up on my landmark, I take my master controller and I go all the way to max brake. And when I hit that max brake, that train is going to start to slow down and it's going to slide into that station at a curve. And I'm going to keep it there. And by the time I make it to the point where I'm supposed to stop, that train is going to slide into the 8th car mark and stop. Right? Yeah. That's good, ain't it?
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, that's literally how it is. And there's such a joy, there's such a feeling of pride when I'm able to do that, because the passenger, they don't know that that's what I'm doing and that's what's going on. All they know is this person got me to my destination. And how do you know you got your passengers to their destination on time? How do you know? I'm gonna ask you this question.
They walk and they look at you and they smile. They're like, thank you, have a good one.
Yo, how do you know you didn't get them to their destination?
They walk off, boy.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you how I know.
Okay.
This how you know you ain't get a passenger to their destination. Because if you think about it, most of the passengers, they got to get to this station because they got to catch a bus. Now, when they get off your train and they walking, like she said, and they smiling, you know you got them there on time. You know you was moving.
I know another way.
But if you know that you didn't get them there on time, they running, boy. They running, right?
Yeah.
I said, woo. Now, sometimes it's out of your control.
Right, you leave late or something.
Yeah, you may leave late. It may be a defect on a train in front of you, so you got to remain standing. There's all different kind of things that go on that the passenger don't know. But what I like to do, I always resort back to my training, and the control center tells us, reach out to your passengers and let them know what's going on. Like I said, if it's a defect going on a train ahead, I send a message to my riders. Hey, defective train ahead. Sorry for the inconvenience. We'll be moving shortly. And that makes you keep them in a loop. Yeah. And they're more understanding. Yeah. And then your regulars know you ain't going to play no games.
If they know you, yeah.
Man, your regulars know. They say, okay, it's time to, I see who we got. It's time to move. We finna move.
Get somewhere.
Yeah. And I've been there before. I know how it is. You get off work, your feet tired, you know, your back hurting. You want to get home. The next thing, when you get off of work, what you thinking is, I'm hungry. Okay. Am I right?
Yeah, you hungry.
You finna get home.
You gotta let the dog out.
Yeah, you finna get home and you finna eat all your groceries. That's what's in your head. But going back to working for TTA and why it has changed my life, my work ethic, that's the thing that I'm most proud of, my work ethic. It's like no other job. It matches no other job I've ever worked for. As you can see with these videos, that's what we're doing. We're getting ready for work. This is what we do. We work and we come home and we don't bother nobody. That's what this job does. It keeps you busy. It keeps you working. And in the end, you get rewarded. You get paid, you know. But that's not the first thing I'm looking for. I'm not looking at the money. Hold on. Don't get it twisted. Okay. I take the money. Right. I'm going to take that money. But that's not the first thing I'm looking at. I'm looking at the basics and fundamentals. That's what gets me the money in the end. That's the end goal. I know that if I get a good night's sleep, I know that if I get a good meal in me, I know that if I take care of myself and do the things I need to do at home, you know, pour into my family, that gets me together for that work day, that work week. And now I can come and I can perform and go from there. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you got something from it. Like I always say, God bless you. I hope your dreams are right in front of you. I hope you one day soon accomplish them. I appreciate y'all for watching and tuning in. You got something you want to say?
I thought I had something. I can't remember what it was. It slipped my mind.
Yeah.
Because you were talking about TTA changing your life.
Yeah, the work ethic
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Let me think about it some more. I thought I had something, but then we can always come back on and say something. But yeah, you have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for your. I like these vlogs. I don't know about you guys, but I like these vlogs. When this man stands in front of this camera and just shares from his heart, I like these. Don't stop doing what you're doing, sir.
You want me to keep it up?
Yeah, give it a thumbs up if you want him to keep it up. These videos are great.
I feel like if I help y'all get what y'all want, I'll get what I want. I really believe that. I like helping people. I like being genuine. And if I had to think about where that came from, a lot of y'all reach out and y'all say, this y'all dream job. For me, it's a dream job as well. I didn't have videos. I didn't have anybody telling me, how do you get here? How do you get to this position? And how do you move up and do this? I didn't have nothing like that to go off of. If I did, I'd binge watch every video. So I guess that's my gift. That's me giving back to the community. That's why I come on here and that's why I do these videos, to give back, to show y'all the way. So thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all.